The situation. I have less than a week before my WoW sub runs out, and I can't decide if I should renew it or not. I've got a lot going on in my life, and I like to think that I've moved on from spending my nights searching the internet for esoteric art of Princess Theradras. The problem. I haven't grown up. I lay awake at night thinking of new things to do in a game that came out at a time when Asmongold still had hair. Yes, the game really is that old. I know it's hard to believe, but it's the truth. And ever since I heard talk about the hardcore classic WoW challenge, I found it even harder to let that sub run out without taking just one last sweet hit on the Fellweed bong. The solution. I will partake in the hardcore challenge, and I'll film it. I know, original, right? But I will not be outdone by others. I will raise the stakes. If I can survive until my sub runs out, then I'll resub and make some more videos. But if I die, I will not only delete my character, I will quit World of Warcraft forever. Maybe, we'll see. Let's not go too far. So before we can start living dangerously, I need to actually reinstall Classic WoW. Can you already tell how prepared I am to undertake a no-death run of this game? Well, with that sorted, I hopped onto the Hydrochloride Waterboard server, which is where all the cool kids are doing the hardcore challenge these days, and I had a quick think about what race class combo I wanted to run with. I briefly considered playing as Alliance, but, you know.
No thanks, bro.
I'd initially thought about playing an Orc Hunter because I like hunters and I know it's a sensible choice for a challenge of this nature. But in the end I chose to play a Warrior because I rewatched that Warcraft 3 cutscene whilst the game was installing, and by the end of it I wanted to snort a tub of G Fuel, saddle up the family K9 and start laying into the nearest patch of woodland with a Husqvarna. So Warrior it was. I'm sure I won't regret that decision further down the line. The first few levels flew by smoothly. I've leveled literally hundreds of characters through the Valley of Trials over the years, and killed more boars than fucking Robert Baratheon. Fortunately, unlike Bobby B, I didn't die to one, and I made it out of the starting area in one piece, after picking up some sage advice from some other novice hardcore players. It was when I reached Sen'jin Village that things started to get a little bit trickier. I know, I made it to level 6, I'm a big man over here. Like any sensible person, I absolutely avoided the Echo Isles at first, because I'm not a complete fucking nutter, and I set about instead exterminating all the shellfish in the region, as well as dealing with the centaurs. By this point, it was fairly late in the night, and things were getting a little bit silly. My character's got a shorter life expectancy than a 15-year-old seaman when a new fucking Pornhub videos come out. You see, buoyed up by the excitement of the adventure and the fact that there were so many other people around me playing, which made everything feel so much smoother and easier, I started taking risks. Still avoiding the Echo Isles, I made my way to Razor Hill, and after speaking with Gar Thot, I set off to deal with the Kulturas crew in their fort. This was where I really started to get an idea of what playing on a hardcore server is like. This place was a fucking war zone. Like, you know that bit at the end of Full Metal Jacket when they're fighting in the ruined city and no one knows what the hell's going on? That. Corpses everywhere. NPCs training about the zone like we were playing fucking EverQuest. But I was determined. I wanted to get this quest done before I called it a night, and nothing was going to stop me. Somehow, I managed to creep up through the tower and kill the named mob after a few good minutes of waiting for everyone else, who seemed quicker at tagging him. Then I went outside and grabbed the letter in the chest. At this point, I contemplated jumping off the battlements for a speedy exit, but then I got scared that I might die from the fall damage after going through all the trouble of getting up here. In the end, I elected to be a total coward and just run back through the castle, rather than fall flat on my arse like the fucking Shockmaster.
The Shockmaster!
Suitably proud of my achievements on day one, I parked myself up in Razor Hill, treated myself to a cactus apple or two, and I called it a day. The next morning, eager to continue the adventure and neglect the responsibilities of adult life a little bit longer, I set off once more. At this point, I felt ready to head back to the Echo Isles, but I was certain that Zalazane and his boys would pose the first real challenge of the run. Turns out I really didn't need to worry about that, because the place was absolutely packed with players, all doing the same quest as me. I was doubly pleased because I managed to get a cool sword on the way. There was even a queue to kill Zalazane, and as an Englishman, the presence of an orderly, nicely spaced queue, well, it just felt right, you know. There was good conversation, a festive atmosphere, everything was chill. Then it happened. A night elf rogue popped out of stealth and started laying people out like fucking John Wick. Now you might think that as a brave warrior of the Horde, I stepped in to try and save my brethren, but yeah, fuck that. I didn't even manage to get any of this clipped because I was too busy slapping my sausage fingers on the keyboard in a pathetic attempt to leave the area as fast as fucking possible. I'm not even sure how any of this happened, and I wasn't even flagged for PvP, so I probably didn't need to be worried in the first place, but I wasn't taking any chances, and I didn't stop running until I was in international waters. I would say that I returned to finish the quest like a true warrior once the elf had left, but I didn't, and I haven't been back to the Echo Isles since. Fucking rogues, man. After all of this high excitement, I was just desperate to safely get to level 10 and reach Orgrimmar. Fortunately, killing Quillboars west of Razor Hill was a doddle, as was handling 5 large sacks for this goblin near Orgrimmar. Dealing with the harpies in the ravine, however, was another story. I knew this bit would be difficult because the area is deceptively narrow. The respawn times on the harpies are horrendous, and they shoot lightning at you like fucking Emperor Palpatine. This was another area where there were loads of players present farming out the quest, but that just lured me into a false sense of security, and I very nearly died at this point. I mean, check this out. If I had not had both the healing potion on me and resisted that last lightning bolt, I would have most certainly died here. But that would have meant you'd only have to endure one of these videos from me. And if the hardcore challenge is designed to teach you one thing, it's that life is cruel and you should get ready for more disappointment. Thank you for watching. Did you enjoy it? Did you miss me? Let me know in the comments, and let me know if you have any daring feats of valour you'd like me to attempt on this adventure. My character's still alive as of the time of uploading, so I guess I've got no choice but to keep going, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then fellas, bye bye.